let's talk about some of my theories for what's going to happen in this show, because I've got some good ones. Before we get into this video, I want to give a big spoiler warning. Here it is. We're going to go into it right away. So at the end of the last spin-off they did, obviously Dexter dies. They've announced a new show, Dexter Resurrection. So in this video, we're going to discuss some of the ways that maybe Dexter does survive that, and have a look at this interview that Michael C. Hall gives and see if we can get any clues from there. Now, this interview is a bit old, but it's actually not got many views. It's only got 300,000 views in the month. So honestly, I thought it'd do a bit better. Maybe there's other versions of it out there. I know the clips go viral. But I do want to take a look at the whole interview and just discuss it and see, again, if we can get any clues on what happens.
I think, through conversations I had with Clyde, with Scott Reynolds, with Gary Levine at Showtime, Marco Siega, our director, we just felt like there was more to explore. And I think we've all been really amazed at how fertile the soil of Dexter remains, and
So here he mentions Clyde Phillips, who is the showrunner for seasons 1 to 4 of the original show, and he also was the showrunner for the last spin-off they did, New Blood. He actually confirmed that Dexter was dead and said he wouldn't bring Dexter back, and that he felt it would be disrespectful to do that. Here Michael C. Hall sort of daps him in it a little bit and explains that this was partially his idea and that this idea did come through conversations including Clyde Phillips. So, I mean, clearly it's had something to do with the situation.
The new partnership with Paramount Plus and the desire to sort of expand the universe of Dexter, I was enticed by the idea that maybe there was more story to tell. And
so he also talks about expanding the universe. I do wonder if we're getting more spin-offs or he just means the spin-offs we've got so far. I don't really know what else we can get into. I know there's been talk of a Trinity Killer spin-off. Personally, I think they should stay away from this. Maybe if they could take an angle with Frank Lundy, then maybe that would be a good idea. But really, just avoid it.
I think there's an appetite for it. In terms of us as the people making it, and in terms of the fans and their desire to spend more time with this guy. And so we're taking the plunge.
He does look happy, doesn't he? Bless him. I like that he seems so excited and so happy about taking part in the role, because you do worry that when these actors are acting in a certain role for so long that maybe they get bored of it. But you can see the excitement in his face, so I do appreciate that. He clearly loves playing Dexter.
Okay, I mean, I'm going to just be honest here. I mean, Dexter's dead. The last we saw, Dexter is dead. And when I was doing my research,
Okay, she's dropped a minute here. We'll see what he says.
That was confirmed at the end of New Blood, that he was dead. So
was it?
I will say Clyde did an interview where he was asked that, because we didn't see. Of course, you saw him bleeding out.
Right.
Yeah, it was. The showrunner literally confirmed it.
About how Resurrection will
I don't know what I am authorized to say, other than it's really cold out there. It's really cold out there.
Do you know how far after the events of the finale this will pick up?
I think it'll pick up.
Oh, his little face, you can see it on his face as well. He knows he's bullshitting a little bit. He's sort of getting away with it quite a lot, but bless him. It's plot convenience. There's no way he would survive it. I've seen a few theories saying that maybe his heart isn't on the left side of his body. We see a picture of him. There's a lot of blood come out. I don't care how slow the circulation of blood is. You lose that much blood and you're there for 5 minutes, you're dead. So it's plot convenience. I'm not complaining personally, but you can see it on his face. He knows he's that they're stretching the limits of possibility there.
Do you know how far after the events of the finale this will pick up?
I think it'll pick up right where we left off.
Okay, he says he thinks it'll be right where they left off. This supports a lot of the theories that we'll go into. We'll just see if he gives away anything else.
Netflix now, and yeah, I'm encountering a whole new round of people who revealed to me that they just binge watched the whole show and had never seen it before, and that's the way it works now with streaming.
I mean, the show certainly does keep going. You'll see my last few uploads on it. They do really well. And again, I really appreciate that. If you haven't watched my Dexter videos, make sure to watch them. I'm quite proud of them. And again, the people seem to be enjoying them. So I'm very grateful for them.
New Blood was a limited series. Do we know if this is going to be an ongoing? Will it be multiple seasons?
Potentially, yeah.
Potentially multiple. Okay.
So there as well, they say it'll potentially be multiple seasons. This sort of disbands one of the theories I really wanted it to be, but again, we'll go into what my theory is later.
In whatever alternate universe or whatever, however this world is returning, we of course got to see Deb at the end of New Blood through flashbacks. Is that a possibility that we could see Deb again?
I mean, as Clyde said at the panel the other day, never say never. You know, this world has a sort of magical element, and so I wouldn't definitively say no to any proposition. But
okay, he gives a lot away of his face. She asks about Deb, and he pretty much says she is going to come back. He teases a magical element. I don't know exactly what he means by this. There isn't a magical element at all to Dexter, but he certainly is creative with his mind. He has schizophrenia, and we've accepted that at that point, surely. But yeah, he's given a lot away of his face. So I think that's pretty much all they're going to give us in this interview. Again, I really appreciate Michael C. Hall giving it, and the Variety interviewer for pushing him a little bit on some of the questions. Let's talk about some of my theories for what's going to happen in this show, because I've got some good ones. My first theory is not necessarily a theory for what the show's going to be, but it's what I want the show to be. I want it to be one season. I want it to be a limited series. And I want it to be based on Dexter getting caught. I want him to take in prison. Maybe they heal him up. The whole season is his trial. Basically, I want the season to be him reflecting on the sins that he has done and realising that he's not a good person and that he has made mistakes. Maybe we bring his dad back in and he can have a moral chat with his dad. That would be really interesting. Definitely with Deb. You have to do that. But we need him to take some accountability for what he's done. I think that would be really interesting. Season finale. He gets the electric chair. He sees Deb. He sees his dad. He sees everyone he's responsible for ruining their life. Perfect ending for me. And definitive as well. No bringing him back. But I don't think they're going to do that. He teases multiple seasons. Here's what I really don't want them to do. I don't think they will do it. I think this was the original plan, but what they definitely originally wanted to do was have Harrison and have Dexter be the same figure that his father was to him, to Harrison. That is definitely what they wanted to do. I pray they don't do that, and I don't think they're going to do that, because I just don't think it would do very well. Now, here's what I think they're most likely to do, the third option, and this is what I think is definitely going to happen. I think they're going to revive him in the cold where he is. Obviously, Angela was with him when he was shot dead. So I think Angela will be somewhat responsible for reviving him. He is going to escape the hospital from where he is being held. And he's going to be on the run from the law. Now, what is he going to do when he's on run from the law? What can you do with this Dexter character? He's going to have to go and find Harrison, I think. And I really think that's what he's going to do. I think he's going to try and find Harrison. Maybe Harrison has developed his own story arc where he is this big serial killer somewhere else. And maybe we get an interesting storyline where Dexter is faced with someone who fits the code, but he doesn't want to kill. That's what I think they'll do. I can't see them going anywhere else with his character. He talks about here that Dexter deserves a definitive ending, but he also says it might be multiple seasons. So I think he's going to have to go back to his old ways somehow. I just think they're going to struggle putting it together, because I don't see what's left for Dexter to do except for die, which is why my favourite option is the first option I gave, where the whole season would be his trial and that he dies at the end of it. Maybe we could get some flashbacks too. That would be really cool. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think will happen with the new season, and check out the other videos I did on Dexter, because again, I put a lot of effort into them and I'm really proud of them. So I like that they're doing well. So yeah, let me know what you think. Leave a like on the video and subscribe. Thank you for watching, of course. Bye.